All right, team, what's going on? I'm Tim Jenkins, and welcome to All Things QB. And today we are checking in on Russell Wilson and the Broncos' big Week 10 Monday Night Football victory over the Buffalo Bills. And before we do that, you football junkies like me, I need you guys to jump over to our Patreon account, because on Patreon, we have more clips and longer breakdowns, and we have a bunch of free trials so you can try before you buy. And it's a really affordable way to support this channel. It means the world to me. We've started to run into some copyright situations as the channel has grown, and it really means the world that there are people that are still willing to support us over on Patreon. So please go check that out. But I'm excited about this one because I know there are people who are still kind of like, oh, I don't think Russell's playing that good. It's all the Broncos defense in the run game. Russell, he ain't doing it. I'm not sure the film backs that up. I think the film backs up that Russell Wilson's playing some good football. There's definitely areas for improvement, right? There's areas for improvement for most quarterbacks in the NFL. But, man, we're making some throws. We're creating some plays. I'm excited about this one. Please FTA this thing, which means comment for the algorithm. Like this video so other people can see it. And hopefully by the end of this video, I will earn your subscription on YouTube. But without further ado, let's jump into the film. All right, team. We are jumping into it. We've got Broncos, Bills. Huge win for the Broncos. First clip we're breaking down. We've got a little boot pull up here from Russell Wilson. We'll break this thing down. So all the Broncos are doing is they're selling toss. So we're going to motion this guy. We're going to make it look like he's wrapping all the way around. We're making it look like we're running toss with our back. We're going to get out of here. We've got like the ultra high here. And then we've got our drags coming across the formation, right? Usually you have one deeper over route and you've got one shallower route coming across the formation. We always leave this backside D end unblocked in the boot game, right? We're trying to, in this case it's Von Miller, but we're trying to get them to squeeze down because of their rules. We're trying to account for them with basically leaving them free, because if you leave them free, they're supposed to squeeze down. Vaughn does a really good job here of working upfield, which forces Russ to pull up early. But Russ does a really good job pulling up, getting the ball out of his hand to a shallow runner. Turns into a nice, 12-yard gain. Simple concept. Just traditional boot. We're running it off of like a fake toss right there. You can see the fake toss. We pull up early because that DN gets high. And then a really good job knowing where your outlet is. Okay, here we got a little bit of creation from Russell Wilson, which is something that I feel like this is the first game where I really saw that consistent creativity from Russ, where it's like, man, you can count on him to get out of the pocket and create a play, especially on third down. So listen, we've got a pretty simple concept. We've got drive here where you've got the shallow, you've got the basic, okay? When you look at some of these traditional drop back plays from the Broncos, I'm not completely sold on what we're doing. I'm also not completely sold on what Russ's progression is here. So he's got his eyes up top where they've got a speed out and they've got a seam. So I'm wondering if you read the speed out, back to the shallow, back to the basic, right? Kind of disregard that seam is kind of what I'm thinking. You could make the argument for Jerry Jeudy, but I'm going to be honest. There's a couple of plays later where I'm going to get on Russ a little bit more. This isn't one of them. I think he does a good job navigating the pocket, getting to his check down. And I think anytime you're in third down, as a quarterback, if you're a little bit uncertain maybe with the concept and you want to climb the pocket, I never think it's a bad thing, right? You can start to get these situations where these backers stay inside because Russ starts trying to scramble. And then he's able to flip it out to his back, who's able to go and do the rest and generate a first down, which is really all that matters on those third downs, right? I love this one. Okay, we've got a little second window slant throw to Jerry Jeudy. I'm going to let it roll, and then again, we'll break it down. We've got ourselves a little RPO here. Okay, a little RPO from the Broncos where we've got our run play here. And listen, it's always hard to tell if these are actually RPOs, meaning we're actually reading it, or if it's a designed pseudo play action, right? So it's always tough to tell that. But we've just got slant arrow up top. Russ does a really good job of putting it in the belly for a second, then flipping and firing to Jerry Jeudy and letting Jerry Jeudy get to that second window here, where if he flips and fires it right now, he feels like, man, this guy could get under it and rob it. So he gives it a split second longer and then rips right behind him, right? So instead of throwing it on this side of this defender, we end up working that right off his back in that second window. Big time throw. Love that from Jerry, too, over the middle. But this is just, yeah, I like seeing this creativity, too. Man, it is always hard to tell with some of these RPOs because these linemen at the NFL level, too, are so well coached to not go downfield most of the time, right? So it's like, it's hard to tell if it's an RPO or if it's just a traditional play action. Either way, it's great stuff. This, every Broncos fan is going to remember. Just incredible. Great job extending the play from Russell Wilson. And then, I mean, the toe drag. The Broncos are just trying to run something super simple, which is we're running same side boot where we fake it to the back, we continue on, and we hit the back, right? That's what we're trying to run. So we fake it to the back, trying to go continue on. Well, he's gobbled up. Plus, this defender reads it great. This defender comes screaming upfield, which traditionally you don't see. Traditionally, you don't get that defender screaming upfield. Russ, I mean, you got to just... the way he spins, creates time, and then, of course, they rule it. No touchdown on the field, but then you end up ruling it a touchdown after they go to review. I mean, I do not know. Yeah, that's a great job. I got one more angle for you guys, too. I got this extra angle for you on this one where it's just, look at this thing. Look at Russ. Okay, pull up. Nope. I'm going to spin again. I'm going to pull up one more time. I'm going to give Courtland Sutton a chance on fourth down. I just think, man, just incredible stuff. Look at this. Look at everybody in the crowd. No, 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 no. But, touchdown. Here we go, machete. One of my favorite concepts. So, it's hard because I don't want to come on here and really criticize Sean Payton. But there are a lot of plays on here that when you're watching the tape for the Broncos, it's like you don't want to cover all these checkdowns, right? It's like, you know, I watch every clip and then I try to condense it to the clips that are most pertinent for these breakdowns. And we have a lot of them where it's like, I just am not sure what we're trying to accomplish with our pass game, whether it be play action or straight drop back. This one isn't one of those, though. This one is one I straight up love, which is a super common concept, machete, where you got the double deep overs. And Russ does a good job reading it out, and Courtland Sutton does a great job creating separation here. Look at him lean on this defender just ever so slightly. Then the defender kind of stumbles out of there. He gets across the formation. Russ hangs in the pocket, delivers a dime. These are the kind of staples that I want to see more of. I want to see more of these staples, these shot play staples. These, if we're going to, you know, hang more guys in to protect, and we're not going to release that many guys in our routes, I really think some of these shot plays are critical. These, you know, staple shot plays that we know generate people getting open. Right? We haven't seen Samurai that often. This is the first time we've seen I just think there's plays out there that we need to see more of that we're not seeing right now. So again, I don't want to be overly critical because obviously Sean's putting these guys in a chance to win games, right? We haven't done that in a while. And there's that next gear that I think this Broncos offense can kick into with a little bit better play design on certain situations. Okay, this one, however, we need a better ball from Russell Wilson. So his progression is correct. All right, we'll watch this play unfold. Broncos fans are going to remember this one as well. This is the Courtland Sutton fumble. So we'll let this thing roll, but let's first break down the concept. Okay, so the concept, what are they trying to accomplish? We've got this ultra high here. Okay, my big old head's cutting it off, but we got this ultra high here. Then we got Jerry Jeudy on the sail. So we're really trying to create that 3-level flood. And then Courtland Sutton's on like a little pivot where he's going to work back out. Okay. You read this thing top down, 1, 2 to 3. So Russ does a great job getting to his third progression and getting to the right guy. Because look, it's 3rd and 6. With this much sink from these defenders, really it's this defender. You are thinking to yourself, man, I'm going to hit my third progression and I'm going to hit him a little bit short of the sticks, but he's going to go and do the rest for me. And it's exactly what would have happened if we give him a little bit better football. Instead, we're low and away, which forces Courtland to go down and then get up to try to make a play. He stumbles out of it, right? And this isn't all on Russ, because at the end of the day, you would hope that your receivers can get down, get back up, and not fall over, right? Like I think we have to hold Russ accountable for a better football here, but I also don't think that inherently means that it's only his fault, right? So we got to get up, and then we, of course, got to secure the football. But a better football leads to probably an easier putting the ball away and generating the first down. Now, is it Russell Wilson's fault that Courtland Sutton fumbles? No. Everybody knows that. But could it have alleviated some of it? Probably. Probably could have. So that's where we're at on that one. This one is another bad. Okay, and we're nitpicking here because you're gonna watch it and you're gonna say, Tim, that doesn't seem so bad. But then we're gonna break it down, and I think you're really gonna say, like, oh, okay, Tim, maybe you were right. So listen, we scramble up, boom, get the ball to our back, generate 6-7 yards. However, we're running what we would call Act 5, which is like a little bit of a draw fake, right? Boom, get to that little bit of a backside draw fake. But we're running XZ read, which is this where these guys both get vertical and work back down their stems. They're trying to take the roof off, but neither of them are going to be able to. So we really just get this where they both sit down, okay? When Russ hits the top of his drop, bang, we are both wide open. So I don't care where your eyes start, but this concept is absolutely perfect, in my opinion. This is one of those where, like Machete, we have a really quality play drawn up that we have to execute against. Now, what I will also say to those people that this is the only clip you're watching, the reason I think Russ gets into scramble drill so fast is because of the design on a majority of the other play action or drop back scenarios where we were not generating open receivers and we were arguably calling tough designs into the looks the Bills were giving us. So do we have to fully let Russell Wilson off the hook? No. He still has to hang in there and execute XZ read. But is it some context on why maybe we hit our back foot and we didn't let it rip? Absolutely. Here, this is just, to me, this is all on Russ. I don't know what the heck happened in the huddle because we got our back going the wrong way first. For some reason, he jabs. This is supposed to be a toss fake. We boot. So when we're in the boot game, the second we get outside, when we turn back in like this is on us then. If we get sacked, that's on us. We need to continue outside on boot. Let whoever's running into our vision run into our vision. But what I don't understand is why we're turning back and heading back inside. That to me seems like a wild decision. And then we end up taking a terrible sack. That was Russell's worst play of the game, in my opinion. It's obvious, feels like boot. Now, listen, it could have been boot pull-up, but even if it's boot pull-up, don't go back. Don't go back inside. Now we are back. We had 3 bads in a row, but now we're back. We're cooking. We've got the old deep hank double curl. Progression 1 is open. We deliver a dime here. So we've got our point guy. He's on the deep hank. Our outside guys are on double curls. You could say double sits because they don't work back hard. It's 1 here, and then it's really 2A, 2B based on which defender squeezes to generate the opening. We don't get any defender squeezing, which is why our first progression is open. And Russ takes it. 2, 3, 4, 5, hitch ball. Perfect. Perfect execution, great play call, great design. You know, listen, I'm going to be more than fair. In general, we've got some great concepts dialed up. I just think there are some that leave you wanting more. This is not one of them. Great call, great execution. Quality stuff from the Broncos offense all the way around. This one, we're going to watch once, but it's just Russ making a play. These are the kind of just hidden yards. Man, 3rd and 7. Climb the pocket. Hidden yards. Hidden yards where it's like we should be sacked. Most quarterbacks on planet Earth will take a sack. We are able to step up while someone is hanging on us. Flip it to our back, and our back is able to go generate the first down. This one is a little reload. So you guys remember the touchdown to Cortland Sutton, right? What was it? It was same side boot. Well, now we're running same side boot again. Okay? Except this time, we generate the exact kind of look that you want from this, which is your back wide open. Okay? We got our back going out this way. Russ is going to work out same side boot. This guy comes flying off the edge, so Russ actually does an incredible job just getting this ball out of his paw. Right? We got an uncovered guy, but we've got a guy screaming down our throat, abbreviates his delivery. Right? This is not his traditional throwing motion. Abbreviates the delivery, just kind of pushes it out there. Back's wide open. Really, really great stuff from the Broncos O. You got to love that. Wide open back. Great pitch and catch. Just big time stuff. Now we've got that last drive. And the first play of that last drive. And we've got a great little play creation drive starter where Russell starts to scramble, right? Starts to get out of the pocket. Boom, flips it to his back. And that is the way you start a game-winning 4th quarter drive right there. Climb the pocket. Things start sinking around you. Flip it out to your back. And then look at your back. Go make a play. So now we've got a bad, which is we take a sack. And what I want to do is I want to talk through what happens with that right there. So, all right, team, I hope you enjoyed those 12 clips. What you just saw a little glimpse of was clip number 13 because like I said earlier, we've got 2 more clips over on Patreon. It is a longer breakdown over on Patreon. Go check it out. It's a really affordable way to support this channel. But my closing thoughts are this. I think Russell Wilson is back. I think he is making big-time plays. I think there are still areas for growth, not only in Russell's game, but also in our drop back and play action play design. I think there are some times where it's like, man, I'm not sure why we're marrying these routes together, or I'm not sure why we're calling this concept against this coverage. And I think those are things that will also get better. Like, I think Sean Payton is great. There's no doubt about that. But I do think, like, I've seen him progressively knock some of the rust off from a play calling perspective. And I think it's interesting to see what happens, right? The Broncos are sitting at 4-5. Do they go make a little bit of a run here? Do they continue to get better? I'm excited to see what happens. You guys comment. Let me know what you think. And until next time, peace.